So, you were serious before when you said you wanted to help Bronca, huh? I'm Ogren. I don't know if you remember. People seem to forget me these days. Or ignore. I forget which. I'm still her husband. More than that, I'm the only one who cares about her as a person. Not some symbol to leave in the deep roads where she can't offend anyone. I know what Bronca wanted and how she was looking. You, I assume, know whatever Harrowmont's men have dug up on where exactly she disappeared. If we pool our knowledge, we stand a chance of finding Bronca. Otherwise, good sodding luck. Perfect. What's one more? Bronca was a brilliant girl, but half the time she'd add 2 and 2 and make it 50. You want to find her, you need someone who knows how she thinks. I'm not some sodding elf maiden who sits around and waits for a passing hero to solve my problems. I'm a bloody warrior. I mean to get her back. And you wouldn't be down here if you weren't trying for the same thing. Bronca was looking for the Anvil of the Void. Might have been the most important invention in Orzammar's history. The smith Caradin built it, and with it, Orzammar had 100 years of peace, while it was protected by the golems forged on the Anvil. As far as anyone knows, the Anvil was built in the old Orton Tig. Bronca planned to start looking there, if she could ever find it. All she knew was that it was past Caradin's cross. No one's seen that Tig for 500 years. Why do you sodding think? She left me. Ran off and took our entire sodding house on her mad quest for the Anvil. It was a stupid move. If I'd been with her, she'd have made it back years ago. But I forgive her. If we're going, let's get moving. Bronca's not gonna sodding find herself.
Horse feathers.
Vashaden.
Indeed.
Be careful out there.
than this!
Stop wasting time, Warden. I'm not here to chat.
Watch out. There's darkspawn over there.
Yes. All right. If you insist. Going. And I'm off. More darkspawn, eh?
Squish them.
Yes. Right. And I'm off. Going. Was there any doubt?
What's next? And I'm off. Oh, you got! Sometimes. Just like you wanted.
What?
Sorry, can't do that.
Yes.
Excuse me while I do my happy dance.
I finished.
What do you want?
All right. Now, what is that? Too fast for you. Yes.
Hear that fiend?
Ow.
I think we've alerted something to our presence.
And I'm off. Yes. First one to kill it gets the prize.
What now? It's done.
Never any shortage of these ones. Going. And I'm off.
Let's make this quick!
Yes. All right. Yes.
Lovely.
I finished.
Caradin's Cross. I can't believe Harrowmont actually tracked this place down. This used to be one of the biggest crossroads in the old Empire. You could get anywhere from here, including Orton Tig. It's the home of Caradin, the paragon who made the anvil. He was an Orton before he founded his own house, and even then, he spent most of his time in Nair Tig. Branka figured it was the best guess for where the anvil was located. No one but Caradin ever really knew more than it had some kind of stone-blessed power. Every golem who ever ranged across the Empire was hammered on the steel of that anvil, but no one ever knew exactly how they were made. But Branka was sure she could find out. Aye, Branka dug up some maps of the ancient Empire. It's a little tough to tell with so much of it collapsed now, but near as I can figure, we're on the right path to Orton Tig. Not a one, but trust me, we will once we're on the path to the old Orton Tig. She was going to Caradin's home. I've been waiting for someone to say that for 2 sodding years.
Well, look what we have here. A couple of Harrowmont's little lackeys. Let's show them who's king!
Enemy ahead. Watch out. All right, battle it is then.
Going. Going. If you insist. All right.
I notice the sister has been spending a great deal of time with it.
With it? Ah, you mean him. I'm surprised you would notice such things.
I am made of rock. This does not make me dense.
I suppose not.
Does the sister not see a problem with serving 2 masters?
Ignoring the serving bit, I'll assume you mean the maker. I entered the chantry as a lay sister, but I never took vows. Even had I, the chantry doesn't prohibit 2 people from coming together in love.
I was told that the sister left behind the service of the Maker to journey here.
You never really leave the maker, not in your heart.
That seems like an argument for infidelity.
You are very catty for a walking statue, you know that?
It has been mentioned.
Yes.
I suppose violence is a solution. Sometimes.
Yes.
Make it serve us.
And I'm off.
What's that now?
Try to be I see
None
them.
of those
Dark
fuckers
spawn.
gets into your knickers.
Trap right ahead.
And I'm off. Too fast
yourself.
for you. Yes. All right.
Yes. Just like you wanted. What's next? Darkspawn, straight ahead.
Where do I go? Let's do this quickly, shall we? And I'm off.
I tried to be merciful. Is that all you got?
Yes.
Here comes trouble. Trap. Right ahead. Trap right ahead. Trap right ahead.
Yeah?
Going.
Your wish? What now? I finished.
All right. And I'm off.
Some type of beast ahead. Be careful.
Going.
Alright, battle it is then. Make us breath. It is done. I never liked this part.
All right. Yes. Going. And I'm off.
Feel that?
Alright, battle it is then.
Going. All right.
We are not winning.
Here comes some beasties for us to play with.
I suppose violence is the solution. Sometimes.
Yes.
Come and get it! Here comes trouble!
Oh, look!
Push them back! That's one for me!
Yes.
Let's make this quick!
Yes.
What's next? I think we've alerted something to our presence. Let's make this quick!
No, this should be fun.
Pigeons!
I don't like this part.
What?
All right. Huh.
Still doomed, as you know. There was a man in the village who reminded me of the drunken dwarf.
They had some dwarves just like me, huh?
No, none of the dwarves were similar. They were quiet and respected, more or less. No, the one I remember was a human. He vomited in the street constantly. Then he wandered into a snowstorm and froze to death.
Huh? And how was that like me?
Did I say similar? I meant I hoped he was similar.
I think I had a wife like you once. This looks like the right way out. Horton Tig. It won't be long now. Don't look now.
Here comes trouble!
Not bad at all. Now, what is that? All right. Not bad. No, this should be fun. Shall we?
Let's make this quick!
Ha! Take that.
All right.
Looks like we might be in for another fight.
Yes.
Still doomed, just so you know.
I sense some darkspawn.
You should run while you can.
All right. Going.
Brilliant! Darkspawn, straight ahead.
Yes.
All right.
Stop poking me.
Just like you wanted.
By the tits of my ancestors, Warton Tig. I never thought I'd see this place in the flesh. I can see Bronca all over this place. She always took chips from the walls at regular intervals when she was in a new tunnel. Checked their composition. If she was still here, though, she'd have sentries out by now. Well, aren't you a sodding bright spot today? If everyone's dead, there'd be evidence of a major battle, wouldn't there? 300 or so dwarves don't just fade away. This was Caradin's home Tig. He was an Orton before he got raised to Paragon. Even stayed here when he could have had his own house. I guess he didn't want to move his people to Bunamar. The City of the Dead. Caradin built it to honor the Legion of the Dead, but it was more like a sodding mausoleum than anything. Of course, that was all before he built the anvil. After that, he was the city's pet genius until he angered the king and fell into disfavor. No, there was a Tig here. The Orton Tig. Bunamar is north and west of here. But that's not important. Or at least I hope it isn't. The City of the Dead is known as the Dead Trenches since the Darkspawn conquered it. Much of the Legion was destroyed when the fortress fell. No one does. At the time, Orton Tig was almost part of the main city. No one bothered to mark where the anvil was stored. Now it's impossible to know if it's been moved or even destroyed. But trust me, if we find it, we find Branka. Couldn't have said it better myself.
So I am led to understand that the sister is a follower of this Maker.
Am I the sister? Oh, that's so cute. It's like you're my big brother. Or sister. Or whatever.
I am a creature of stone. I rather doubt that we would be related in any shape or form.
Oh, I didn't mean literally. Don't you think that people can be related in spirit?
I notice that humans tend to believe in a great number of things that are not true, even when given evidence to the contrary.
Believing in things when there is no proof is what faith is all about, Shale.
Believing in things when there is no proof is what gullibility is all about.
So I am gullible now.
I take it we are no longer sisters in spirit.
Yes. You want it done. And I'm off.
It is done!
No, this should be fun. Going. Oh, time to play. Yes. All right.
Watch out!
Huh.
Here comes trouble!
Too bad for you. Let's get it quickly, shall we? No, I don't think so. Yes.
Move aside.
And I'm off. All right. Huh. Going. Not enough. Yes.
How many of these things must we wade through?
And I'm off. If you insist.
What do you want?
It's done. Some type of beast ahead. Be careful.
Yes. Going. Have at you then. Now this should be fun. All right. And I'm off. Yes. And I'm off. Going. All right. Going.
Legends! Fiend?
All right.
I never liked this part.
Stop wasting time, Warden. I'm not here to chat.
I think we've alerted something to our presence. You forced our hand! Let's make this quick!
Look over there.
Right away. I shall. Just like you wanted. I don't like this. It's almost too quiet. Something's not right. I can feel it.
There's nothing for you here. It's mine. I've claimed it. The crawlers will take you away. Oh, yes. Soon you'll be gone, like all the others.
Bah, he's a bloody scavenger. Good as sodding gone.
Be gone, you! You'll bring the Dark Ones back, you will. They'll crunch your bones.
Word has it you can only survive down here by eating the Darkspawn dead.
It burns when it goes down. It burns! It's my claim, not yours. crunch your bones!
Looks like we might be in for another fight.
Going. All right. Yes. And I'm off. Oh, you want... Oh, look, it wants to fight. Oh! First one to kill it gets the prize. Going. All right. Going.
You like that?
Go away! This is mine! Only I gets to plunder its riches! It's mine! I'm the one who found it! I drove out the crawlers! Now it's mine! You won't take anything from Ruck? You won't take his shiny worms? Or pretty rocks? Oh, Ruck not mind that, maybe. Yes, Ruck's my name. I do not hear it much, so sometimes I like to speak it out loud. Ruck! 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 No. No filter. No mother. No warm blanket and stew and pillow and soft words. Ruck doesn't deserve good memories. No. She did not know. Not what I did. I was very angry, and then someone was dead, and they wanted to send Ruck to the mines. If I went to the mines, she would know. Everyone would know. So I came here instead. Once you eat, once you takes in the darkness, you not miss the light so much. You know, do you not? Ruck sees. Yes, he sees the darkness inside you. I means nothing by it. When the Dark Ones were here, I kept to the shadows. They don't look in the shadows, not if you're quiet, not if you eat their flesh. Then the Dark Ones think you're one of them. They leave you alone, but now they're gone. I thinks they went south, far to the south. That is where the Dark Master calls them.
He's talking about the Archdemon, huh?
After the Dark Master awoke, he called his children and they all went. I wanted to go too and gaze upon his beauty. He stopped calling. I wish I could go see him, but Ruck, no, Ruck is a coward. The crawlers, they used to eat the smallest Dark Ones. Now the crawlers go hungry. Too long ago, I must think. 5 years? 6? Ruck no longer remembers the smells and sights of the city. I will answer your questions. Ruck has some things from the camp. Sometimes the webs. You give him shiny coins, no? You are back not to take Ruck's claim, right? Not to steal from Ruck. No, no, no! No, she cannot. She remembers a boy, a little boy with bright eyes and a hammer, and she cannot see this. Swear, promise, vow you won't tell. Yes. Tell the mother Ruck is dead. He's dead, and his bones are rotting in the crawler's webs, and she should never look again. Yes, that's what Ruck is. Dead. Dead like bones that turn to dust when you touch them.
Looks like that bone picker is living in Bronca's old camp. Did you see the marks on the floor? There were a lot of people and fires there once. Now I know she's not here anymore. She'd never have let something like that sleep in the same spot she did.
Ha! Let's wipe them out quickly. And I'm off. Now this should be fun. Too fast for you. Yes. I knew. All right. Going.
Restored that which was cut asunder, and revealed my hiding place. Speak your intention. Seek you vengeance or reward? So be it. You are rewarded, and I shall toy with this realm another day.
All right.
Never like this part.
Yes.
Feel that?
And I'm off.
That's it. Prepare to be crushed.
Going.
Here comes Caradin!
Death to all pigeons.
No more talking!
Alright, battle it is then. Here comes trouble.
Down you go.
Yes.
Crossed our hands. I'll try to be merciful.
Yes.
What now? Hello? I finished.
Now what is that? Huh. Going. Whoop.
Alright, battle it is then.
Time to end their pathetic little existences.
Make him praised.
Going. Yes. Huh. Going.
And this.
Yes. And I'm off.
Come and get it. You should run while you can.
Yes. Going.
Push them back.
All right. Going.
Oh, lovely.
And I'm off.
Brilliant.
Uh-huh.
Huh. Yes. Huh.
You will squish satisfyingly beneath my foot.
Going.
Well, I suppose that could have been worse.
Bronca was thinking about me. I knew she still cared. Old softy. Looks like the dead trenches is our next stop then. They say the Darkspawn nest there, whole herds of them. But if that's where Bronco went, then that's where I'm going.
What's next? I finished.
Now, what is that? All right. Yes.
Let's make this quick. I never liked this part.
Going. Yes.
Let them come! It saves us the walk to their lairs!
Huh. Don't mess with the Legion.
Let them come! It saves us the walk to their lairs! Darkspawn!
Going. If you insist. Yes.
We'll have a smashing time.
Then get it!
Yes. All right. And I'm off. Yes. Going.
Make lovely crunching noises.
I sense some darkspawn. All right. Yes. All right.
You should run while you can. Make a preserver.
Death to all pigeons! You will swing satisfied.
I sense
These
some
things stink
darkspawn.
when you squish them.
Make a preserver.
Time to end their pathetic existence.
And I'm off. Time to play.
I suppose violence is a solution. Sometimes.
All right.
Yes? Something you need? Next to nothing, I'm afraid. Perhaps there is little to know.
Never any shortage of these ones.
Yes.
All right. And I'm off. That won't stop me.
To all pigeons!
I never liked this part. Yes? Something you need? It's done. Trap right ahead.
Yes. All right.
Right ahead.
And I'm off.
Yes.
I suppose violence is a solution.
More dark spirit.
Let's make this quick.
And I'm off.
Going.
And I'm off. Nice try.
You forced our hand.
All right.
Here comes trouble. Be careful. Let's end this. Defend.
Going. I sense something. All right. Yes. Going.
Alright, battle is in.
How about you then? All right. If you insist. Never any shortage of these ones. Yes. All right, I'm going. All right. And I'm off. How amusing! All right, I'm game. Not bad. Going. Tisk tisk. How amusing! Oh, what
Yes!
And I'm off.
I'm not dead. I'm not dead.
What?
Just like you wanted.
More
Darkspawn, straight
darkspawn.
ahead.
Disgusting.
Going. All right. Yes.
Enough! Push them back! You forced our hand!
Yes.
Yes? Something you need?
All right. Let's do this quickly, shall we? How about you then? All right. Going. Yes. And I'm off. Going. All right.
Let's get on with it.
First day they come and catch everyone. Second day, they beat us and eat some for meat. Fifth day they return, and it's another girl's turn. Sixth day, her screams we hear in our dreams. Seventh day, she grew as in her mouth they spew. Eighth day, we hated as she is violated. Ninth day, she grins and devours her kin. Now she does feast, as she's become the beast. First day they come and catch everyone. Second day, they beat us and eat some for meat. Third day, the men are all gnawed on again. Fourth day, we wait and fear for our fate. Fifth day, they return and it's another girl's turn. Sixth day, her screams we hear in our dreams. Seventh day, she grew as in her mouth they spew. Eighth day, we hate it as she is violated. Ninth day, she grins and devours her kin. Now she does feast as she's become the beast. First day, What is this? A human? Bland and unlikely. Feeding time brings only kin and clan. I am cruel to myself. You are a dream of strangers' faces and open doors. First day they come and catch everyone. Corruption. The men did that. Their wounds festered and their minds left. They are like dogs, marched ahead, the first to die. Not us, not me, not Laren. We are not cut. We are fed. Friends, and flesh, and blood, and bile, and all I could do was wish Laren went first. I wished it upon her so that I would be spared. But I had to watch. I had to see the change. How do you endure that? How did Branka endure? Do not talk of Branka, of what she did. Ancestors preserve us. Forgive me. I was her captain, and I didn't stop her. Her lover, and I could not turn her. Forgive her. But no, she cannot be forgiven. Not for what she did. Not for what she has become.
Yeah, this explains a lot. Of course, if I knew she had those interests, I could have made some adjustments.
There is too much darkness here. The anvil. It is in the darkness, surrounded by it, pulling Branka in. No, I swore not to speak of it, not to think of it. La, 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 la. I will not hear any more about Branka. They spit bile and blood in my mouth. I would rather die than bring that with me, than have her see me like this. I will not become what I have seen. Not Laren, not Branka.
I think we've alerted something to our presence.
And I'm off. Yes.
Unspoked violence. Sometimes. Is that all you've got? Allow me. I could do that for you. What now? Your wish? Just like you wanted.
She became obsessed. That is the word, but it is not strong enough. Blessed stone, there was nothing left in her but the anvil.
Watch out. There's darkspawn over there.
Yes. And I'm off. Don't think so.
We tried to escape, but they found us. They turned us.
Boonamar. I thought it would have fallen into dust by now.
Let's wipe them out quickly,
shall we?
Going.
You forced our hand!
Let's do this quickly, shall we?
You should run while you can!
Yes.
Here comes trouble!
Oh, look, it wants to fight. And I'm off.
The men, they kill. They're merciful. But the women, they want to touch, to mold, to change until you are filled with them.
Success!
They took Laren. They made her eat the others, our friends. She tore off her husband's face and drank his blood. And while she ate, she grew. She swelled and turned gray, and she smelled like them. They remade her in their image. Then she made more of them. Brood mother.
Dark thoughts.
Hey? Going. All right.
Back!
Going. Huh. And I'm off.
I tried to be merciful. Forced our hand. Make her.
Yes.
Marka is anywhere, this has to be it. She will not be unprepared. What was that?
Let me be blunt with you. After all this time, my tolerance for social graces is fairly limited. That doesn't bother you, I hope.
Well, shave my back and call me an elf. Bronca, by the stone! I barely recognized you.
Ogren. It figures you'd eventually find your way here. Hopefully you can find your way back more easily. And how shall I address you? Hired sword of the latest lordling to come looking for me? Or just the only one who didn't mind Ogren's ale breath?
Be respectful, woman. You're talking to a Grey Warden.
Ah, so an important errand boy, then. I suppose something serious has happened. Is Endrin dead? That seems most likely. He was on the old and wheezy side. Because nobody helps Ogren. At best, Ogren's need to find me happened to coincide with the needs of someone more important.
You are impossible! This Grey Warden's come all the way from the surface to ask your help picking Endrin's successor.
I don't care if the Assembly puts a drunken monkey on the throne. Because our protector, our great invention, the thing that once made our armies the envy of the world, is lost to the very darkspawn it should be fighting. The Anvil of the Void, the means by which the ancients forged their army of golems and held off the first archdemon ever to rise. It's here, so close I can taste it. The anvil lies on the other side of a gauntlet of traps designed by Caradin himself. My people and I have given body and soul to unlocking its secrets. This is what's important. This has lasting meaning. If I succeed, the Dwarven people benefit. Kings, politics, all that is transitory. I've given up everything and would sacrifice anything to get the Anvil of the Void. Enough questions. If you wish me to get involved with this imbecilic election, I must first have the anvil. There's only one way out, Warden. Forward. Through Caradin's maze, and out to where the anvil waits.
What has this place done to you? I remember marrying a girl you could talk to for 1 minute and see her brilliance.
I am your paragon. I needed people to test Caradin's traps. There's no way to break through except by trial and error. I sent them in. They didn't want to help. They tried to leave me. Even my Hespeth. But even she couldn't understand that when you reach for greatness, there are sacrifices. As many sacrifices as are needed.
Darkspawn, straight ahead.
Huh. Ha! Going.
Go!
All right. And I'm on. Going.
Finally, we get to...
All right.
Here comes trouble!
And I'm on.
Brilliant! Watch out. There's darkspawn over there.
Going. Ha! And I'm off.
I never liked it.
All right. I sense some darkspawn.
Right ahead. I'm with violence. Sometimes.
And I'm off. All right. Yes. Going. And I'm off. All right. And I'm off. Going.
Your head will make lovely.
Here comes trouble.
Yes. Going. And I'm off. Right. Yes. And I'm off. Going. All right. Yes. Time to play. Here I am. Going. All right. Yes.
On with it.
Allow me. I could do that for you. What's next? Trap right ahead. Trap right ahead.
Here.
All right. Have at you then.
Most violence is the solution. Back!
Going.
You should run while you can. Hmm?
Yeah?
Of course. Why are we always attracting danger? Deserve us. Let's make this quick. Here comes trouble.
And I'm off. Yes. Right. And I'm off. Going.
Let's crush them all, shall we?
Going. Yes.
Come and get it!
All right.
Push them back!
Behind you! Yes. Going. And I'm off. Now this should be fun. Quick! Whoops. Moving on.
That's it. Prepare to be crushed.
All right. Yes. Going. All right. And I'm off.
What's that?
Take that!
Time to get...
It's done. Naturally. Over with.
I tried to be merciful.
Success! And done. This is not fair. Why is it always me that has to bleed?
That's... That's... a lot of blood. Feeling...
Going.
Could use some healing.
And I'm off.
Tactic.
Yes. Now this should be fun. Going. Another point for me. Over with. And I'm off. All right. Yes. Going. Moving on.
Time for a drink.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
My name is Caradin. Once, longer ago than I care to think, I was a paragon to the dwarves of Orzammar.
Caradin, the Paragon Smith. Alive?
Ah, there is a voice I recognize. Shale of the House of Kadash. Step forward.
You know my name. Is it you that forged me then? Is it you that gave me my name?
Have you forgotten then? Ah, it has been so long. I made you into the golem you are now, Shale. But before that you were a dwarf, just as I was. The finest warrior to serve King Valtor, and the only woman to volunteer.
The only woman? A dwarf?
I laid you on the anvil of the void, here in this very room, and put you into the form you now possess.
The anvil of the void. That is what we seek.
If you seek the anvil, then you must care about my story, or be doomed to relive it. I do. I live to ensure that the anvil was never used again. Now it never shall be. It allowed me to forge a man of steel or stone, as flexible and clever as any soldier. As an army, they were invincible, but I told no one the cost. No mere smith, however skilled, has the power to create life. To make my golems live, I had to take their lives from elsewhere. It was an option I could offer warriors who would volunteer to defend their homeland, and some took it. But King Valtor became greedy. He began to force men, casteless and criminals, his political enemies, all of them were to be given to the anvil. It took feeling the hammer's blow myself to realize the height of my crimes. No! I entombed myself here to find a way to destroy the anvil. It must not be used again!
No! The anvil is mine! No one will take it from me!
Shale, you fought to destroy the anvil once. Do not allow it to fall into unthinking hands again!
You speak of things I do not remember. You say we fought. Did you use our control rods to command us to do so?
I destroyed the rods. Perhaps my apprentices eventually learned to replace the rods. I do not know. But if so, then all they need is the anvil to make all the slaves they need. You, please, help me destroy the anvil. Do not let it enslave more souls than it already has.
Don't listen! He's been trapped here for 1,000 years, stewing in his own madness. Help me claim the anvil, and you will have an army like you've never seen!
Bronca, you mad, bleeding nugtail! Does this thing mean so much to you that you can't even see what you've lost to get it?
Look around. Is this what our empire should look like? A crumbling tunnel filled with dark spawn spume? The anvil will let us take back our glory!
So it fights with Caradin? Good. That seems right.
Thank you, stranger. Your compassion shames me.
No! You will not take it! Not while I still live!
Bronca, don't throw your life away for this. Just give her the blasted thing. She's confused. Maybe once she calms down, we can talk to her.
So the drunkard has some use after all.
No! I cannot allow you to do this. To me, golems! Defend the anvil, whatever the cost!
I cannot be party to this. Caradin, I am yours to command.
Now
We
let's
might
see.
want to
Which
walk
one
softly
first?
here.
And I'm off. Let's wipe them out quickly. Yes.
Stand with me!
All right. Going. All right.
Push them back!
This is the first time.
I cannot do this
I
alone!
try to be merciful.
Not enough. Yes. And I'm off. Going. Yes. All right.
This
I'm
is the
game.
end!
And I'm off. Have at it. All right. Going. Yes. And I'm off. All right. Yes. And I'm off. All right. Going. Yes. And I'm off. All right. Yes. Going. Oh, look! It wants to fight. And I'm off. All right. Going. Time to play. Yes. All right. Going. Tisk tisk. And I'm off. Going. All right.
For it to end like this, after so long. No!
Here it is! The anvil of the void. So sweet. Such power.
You found the anvil. Are you happy now? Maybe we could go back to Orzammar, share the good news.
Look at it. It was worth it. All of it. The anvil is everything I thought it would be.
I should have known. I thought that once you had the anvil, you'd be satisfied.
Perhaps I could use it now. A reward for defeating Caradin. You wanted a crown, no? Or have you set your sights higher than the petty kings of Orzammar? Believe me, I appreciate the thought, but it will take me a while to master all the techniques without Caradin's example. Why don't we go with the crown for now? There it is. An ugly lump of hot metal to go over a couple of empty heads. Now leave. It will take me some time to fully realize the mysteries here. I can hear it. It wants to be used again. It speaks in 100 different voices. Surely you can hear them. The dead. You think that's who I hear? But no! It's the anvil, calling to be used!
Did you hear what Caradin said? Hundreds of people were bound into golems, trapped inside the anvil when their bodies were destroyed. That's who you hear!
No! It's not true! You lie! But I will not believe that was Caradin. Caradin would never turn on his own invention. He was a genius. The best of us all. He must have been wrong. The anvil was Orzamar's salvation. The voices, they've been calling to me for so long, and I didn't even... Hespeth tried to tell me, but I wouldn't listen.
You have to make this right. The Branca I knew would do what is right.
The anvil must be destroyed. It's an abomination. Go. Return to Orzamar. It's better they never know what became of me.
Well, that pretty much beat the sod out of how I imagined it. You ready to head back yet and share the news? Yeah, those Deshirs have been trying to destroy the city for years. Haven't managed yet.
Is something the matter? Are you thinking about Branca?
Branca?
You loved her, didn't you? I've seen you some nights, staring off into the distance with such sadness in your eyes. You wonder if you did something that drove her away. You wonder if she would have stayed if you had done things differently. She must have loved you. Somewhere inside.
That sodding great dew-licker had a heart clad in iron. She had only one love, the anvil. And later, the anvil only sighed because I was gassy and finally let off a good one. Should be hitting you right about now. Silent killer, huh?
Yes.
Lords of the Assembly, I call for order. This argument gets us nowhere.
Then why these delaying tactics? I call for a vote right now. My father has one living child to assume the Idukan throne. Who would deny him that?
Your father made me swear on his deathbed you would not succeed him.
I apologize for the interruption, Lord Steward, but the Grey Warden has returned.
We should let the Warden speak. What news do you bring?
Branka sacrificed herself to destroy a cursed sodding artifact that should never have existed. Before she died, Branka forged this crown for Orzamar's next king, chosen by the ancestors themselves.
And we are supposed to trust this? The word of a drunken sot and a Grey Warden known to be in Harrowmont's pocket?
Silence! Then tell us, Grey Warden, which king did Paragon Branka endorse?
The Grey Warden knows nothing about us. Why would a Paragon entrust someone like this with such a weighty decision? This is ridiculous!
We've argued in these chambers for too long. The will of the Paragon is that the Grey Warden decide.
I appreciate your forthrightness, Warden. You have acted with grace through this entire torturous process.
Let the memories find you worthy. First amidst the lords of the houses, the King of Orzammar.
I will not abide by this!
The Ancestors have spoken!
Would you let a surfacer decide the fate of the dwarves?
Watch out! They brought weapons!
Guards!
Now let's see, which one first?
This will be over quickly!
And I'm off.
To arms!
All right.
You better not put me at you!
Going. All right. And I'm off. Yes. Going. All right.
I will not be defeated!
And I'm off. Yes. And I'm off. Going. All right. Going. And I'm off.
Be careful out there.
I admit I did not think even Balin would defy the word of a paragon, nor that so many would follow him. But most of Orzammar has seen him for what he really is, and I trust we will bring this insurgency under control. I prefer to be known as a just and compassionate king. Strong too often comes to mean tyrannical, but I will not leave this uprising unpunished. Those loyal to the throne will begin preparations for a surface mission immediately. Orzammar will fulfill its treaties. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must get to the palace and set our plans in motion. I'll talk to a sculptor, see what we can do. This is the staff I carried as King Endrin II. Take it as a reminder of your place in Orzammar. I wish you luck against the Blight Warden. May we foster another 4 centuries of peace.
Your role in this election will long be remembered, Warden. Your role in this election will long be remembered, Warden.
Grey Warden, you have impressed the best of us. If I'd heard it secondhand, I'd have called it a sodding lie. Warden, we've got a king because of you. The rest, impressive, but the Legion is grateful most for restored leadership. It frees us to fight to the Darkspawn properly. Nay, our place is down here. When you break the Blight, and you've got the skill, we'll make sure they have nowhere to retreat. You'll have us indirectly. That's more than any surfacer can say. You alone have the skill to back up your words. Each of the Legion owes our homeland a death, but if our lives are better shed on the surface, so be it. Back to Orzammar when we win, though. I'll not stay topside to lose my stone sense.
I started to worry. I didn't know if you were ever coming back. Did you find any records? Any sign of the old Orton Tig? You found them? Let me see. That's my great-grandmother's name. And her husband! Oh, great ancestors, it's them! It's me! I am an Orton. Oh, thank you. I have to take these to the assembly right away. Find me there. Once these are acknowledged, I'll give you any reward.
Impressive work, Warden. King Haramont's impending coronation has been entered into the memories. Is there something more I can help you with? Your presence has been recorded in the memories. I wish you well.
My name's Orta. After the old Orton house. They gave our seat back. And the records show which houses still owe House Orton money. One day, I will be able to properly thank you for all you've done for me. And I don't know what treasure is left, but whatever I get, you can have as much as you want. I'll have to find someone willing to look. Maybe a whole expedition. If the Tig is still there, it must have something. House Orton will not forget this kindness. Didn't that sound official?
News of the hour. Harrowmont is king. What more need be said?
You're the best wrangler I've ever seen. But there's more out there.
You've returned. With all the excitement over the new king, I never expected you to remember my poor son. Did you learn anything about my ruck? What is it? Is he dead? Oh, please don't torment me. Oh, my poor boy. I guess I knew, but I just wish I could have seen him one last time. Here, this is my husband's masterwork, the first shield he smithed. I don't have anyone to save it for anymore. I'd like you to have it, for what you risked to bring me this news.
Show some pity for a poor old man.
Give me a moment. Of course everything's all right. Just give me one sodding moment. By the stone. I feel like I'm about to fall off the world with all that sky up there. Strange? Strange is your wife turning out to prefer the ladies, not living in a world without a bleeding ceiling. Well, let's get moving. We're losing, daylight. How do you stand it? All that open air. Sometimes I look into that big black emptiness and it's like it's swallowing me up.
I like it. I like to imagine the sky goes on forever, boundless fields of stars whirling and swirling eternally in their slow dance.
Not helping. I don't like looking up and seeing a great infinite nothing.
You know, in the old days, people said that the sky was an immense vaulted ceiling, crafted by the Maker himself to protect the world. But the ceiling sky covered the world in shadow, and so he set in it the sun and moon to light up the world below. And then he made the stars and laid them down in curious patterns that man will look upon them and wonder what they represented.
So the sky is just the inside of a great sodding cave.
That's what they believed, and it gave them comfort.
Then why the bleeding mud did your Maker build it so high up?
Some folks came in yesterday with crazy stories about Redcliffe. You hear about that?
Something about the dead rising and killing everyone in Redcliffe. And Arlema nearly dead from some illness.
Crazy, isn't it? Sounds like the end times.
Maker's breath, as if we don't have enough to...
Something on your mind? Of course. I didn't know them for very long, but I guess it was longer than you. You never met them all, did you? They were quite a group. Actually, they felt like an extended family since we were all cut off from our former lives. We also laughed more than you'd think. There was this one time... Well, you probably don't want to hear stories about men you didn't know. There was one Grey Warden who came all the way from the Anderfells. What was his name? Gregor... He was a burly man with the biggest, fuzziest beard you've ever seen. And the man could drink. He drank all the time, but he never got drunk. Finally, we all made a pool to see just how many pints it would take to put him under the table. Oh, I honestly doubt it. You might have tried, but this fella had a supernatural constitution, I swear. Anyhow, we never did find out. He said he'd drink a pint for every half pint that the rest of us drank. He was still going by the time the rest of us were passed out. I'm told that Duncan walked in later on and saw us all passed out from one end of the hall to the other, and Gregor still drinking. Duncan laughed until he nearly... Yes, I suppose so. I thought I was done with this, but it just struck me that I have nothing to remember Duncan by, nothing at all. There's no body, not even a token of his that I could take with me. That must sound really stupid to you. I just would have liked something of his to take with me, that's all. Well, there's no use in moaning about it, is there? He's gone. Let's just go.
Yes. Speak, then. Then I suggest we move on. As you wish.
Yes? Something you need? Yes? What's on your mind? Where did you hear this? Not all minstrels are spies. Most are just singers and storytellers, but some of them are what we call bards. Bards are minstrels and more. Spies, as you say. Some say there is a bard order, but I don't think this is true. Many bards work alone or in small groups, doing the bidding of a patron who pays for their services. If there is an organization behind it all, no one knows who they are. Nobles, mostly. In Orlais, there is much rivalry amongst the highborn. They fight over land, influence, and the favor of the empress. But they cannot do this openly because it is impolite, and in public, they wear smiling faces and pretend to be civil. In secret, they plot and scheme to destroy each other. It is a game completely meaningless to anyone but its players. I have revealed too much, it seems, but it doesn't matter what I used to be. It is the past. I found myself in Ferelden and sheltered from bad weather in the Chantry, and when the storm passed, I just did not want to leave. I like to see the Maker brought me here.
Is there something you need? I will answer to the best of my ability. People don't become mages. They are born mages. The talent just surfaces later. But you are asking how I ended up at the Circle. I was brought there by the Templars, just like many of the other apprentices. I don't remember very much. I was very young then. I didn't have a family. I never knew my real parents. My earliest memory was of hiding in a hayloft on a farm, trying to keep warm. I was found, and the farmer's wife was kind enough not to send me away. But they had children of their own, and I was never made to feel welcome. The eldest son was the worst. He was always calling me a stray, and throwing anything he could get his hands on at me. And I don't know how it happened, but one day, he just found his hair on fire. Fortunately, there was a large trough nearby. And you would have seen yourself trussed up like a festival turkey and paraded about the square for it. Village folk have little love for witches like us. Thankfully, all I had to endure was a few nights locked in a cold barn with a bowl of water and a crust of bread. The Templars arrived several mornings later. I'll never forget the moment the Templars led me into the entrance hall of the tower. I had never seen anything so grand in my life. I stopped being afraid then. I knew I was home. I will stop. Reminiscence on times long gone should be a private, self-indulgent pastime. I would be lying if I said it was easy. First, there were rules, and we were constantly watched to make sure we behaved appropriately. Then there was the study of magic. We had to cast the spells just so, control the effects completely. A single word spoken incorrectly, a gesture out of sync, and lack of focus. And we needed to have perfect focus, or we would be in danger. Without the Circle and my mentors, I would not have been where I am today. And there was joy in life at the Circle. the joys of fellowship, in knowing that you were not alone in your struggles. In spite of everything, I was happy in the tower, and I loved it.
Come to talk to old Ogren, have you? Don't know why. Nothing. I'm fine. Just, I got a hornet in my eye is all. Did you want to talk about something? You want to be a berserker? Thought I'd never see the day. I'll teach you. Just be ready. To be a berserker, you have to face your own inner rage. Let the spirit of battle take over. And all that dust. There's a whole pile of philosophical rot that goes behind it. But the bedrock is this. Get real mad and kill things. I can teach you what gets my hackles in a twist. But no one can tell you what'll set off that killing rage in you. Finding that is the key to berserking. Once you got that, I tell you, the ladies love it when you're all mysteriously angry for no reason. Trust me.